Today we're going to be drawing the brachial plexus. I have two different methods to this. The first method starts off with drawing 5 lines on one side and 5 on the other. One side is going to be where we have all our nerve roots, so C5 through T1, and the other side is going to be our end products, or the nerves that are going to be formed after everything crosses together. We have the first branch, which is the musculocutaneous nerve, second branch, which is the axillary nerve, then the median nerve, radial nerve, and ulnar nerve. Now we're going to add some division, and I'm going to add a red line through here to separate the nerves from the trunks. Now we're going to label the trunks. So the top trunk is the superior trunk, then we have the middle trunk and the inferior trunk. We're going to divide it up again so that we can keep track of where we're at. Now what I want you to do is draw a little arrow sign, or a greater than or less than sign. And then we're going to draw a little X. So you basically draw an X up top and then a line down the bottom. Now again, I divide off because we just started having some of those divisions and I don't want to get mixed up with everything else. And then I label the chords. So the top chord, the superior chord, is now the lateral chord. The middle chord is now the posterior chord, and the inferior chord is now the medial chord. And as we notice, the superior chord feeds into the posterior chord, and so does the inferior chord. And the middle chord feeds into the lateral chord. Next step, again, you would guess it, we're going to divide it off. Then we're going to add another arrow in. However, this time, instead of just drawing an X on top, we add an arrow the opposite way. And then that brings your basic brachial plexus all together. You start off with 5 lines on each side, and then you basically you get it down to 3 lines on the right, draw an arrow with an X, and then draw 2 other arrows. Now, one thing to keep in mind is, where do all these nerves go? And so musculocutaneous nerve is C5, C6, and C7. The axillary nerve is C5, C6. The median nerve is C5, C6, C7, C8, and T1. Radial is C5, C6, C7, and C8. And ulnar nerve is C8 and T1. Now the second method to draw this pretty quick is starting off the same way, right? We draw 5 lines, and then label the sides. Then we're going to add in all the division first, draw the arrow, then draw the other arrow, add a line, and then add the line, and then add the other arrow. And so this one's just doing the forward arrows first and then switching it up. It's not much different, but sometimes it's easier just to remember drawing 2 forward arrows, and then we're going to go back arrow, and then a dash. That's all I have for you today. And thank you for sticking around.